Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do our weekly walkabout in the garden. It is now April 26th, and let's see where the garden is at this point in time. Alright, so today we're starting here in the yard, and take a look at the hostas, how great they are growing. Now somebody asked me about my hostas because they have a sunny area and they were concerned that the hostas are shade loving. These are in full sun most of the day. Today you don't see any sun because, as usual, it is cloudy here in New Jersey. But take a look at how large these are getting. Now, one change did happen. These used to be variegated. I took these from the house I grew up in as a kid, and we had these, and they used to be white and green. They are no longer white and green. They've kind of changed, and that's fine. I think it was an adaptation due to the sun. Take a look at these tiger lilies right here. This one is humongous, and I might actually have to thin it out. I'm not going to do it yet, but just take a look at how absolutely beautiful they have gotten. So the way I did a pattern here of the hostas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I put the 3 tiger lilies here, and then back in here, which you can't see right now, are the sedum, which I also put in this circular pattern around this rounded area that I use those paving stones. Put more hostas in there, and I have a little garden statue that my sister-in-law gave to me for the garden. I've already trimmed out these shrubs back here. There's a Taxus yews right back there, the red barberry. There is a white azalea in here, which you can see is just beginning to it's going to open up within the next couple of days. Another yews right here. I have another barberry right there. Now that one tends to stay more green because of the shade of the cherry tree that is above it. A rhododendron right there, which still kind of looks kind of sad, but they pop back soon. It'll come back hopefully nice and strong. I did just trim these spiral junipers the other day as well. It is maintenance. I enjoy doing it. Obviously I've been slowing down on the amount. I used to do everything all at once. Now I enjoy it more. I take a little bit at a time. Take a look at my beautiful irises right there. Is that not the most beautiful color? It is absolutely stunning against the green, and I'm really happy. This is year number 3, I want to say. I transplanted these here, and they will take over. They will move. They will continue to move. I do have plastic around them so that it kind of limits their movement. The ornamental grass right there, you can see, is just beginning to pop up. And again, I don't like to keep that too wild. I do trim that more into a box. It's just better for my sense of aesthetic. The liriope right here is beginning to come up. That's the ornamental grass that will get purple flowers later in the fall. Here's a boxwood that I've been training into a conifer shape, and it is doing well, knock on wood. Another liriope right here. The euonymus is beginning to fill out. I keep trimming it back so that it becomes more bushy. That was transplanted from an area that where it was suffering, and I think it's doing better right there. More irises. Take a look at these crazy Jurassic Park hostas right here. You can see I repeat a lot of things over and over. I have the liriope here, and I have the liriope over there, and then another one up in there, and then I'll have another one over there. So I do repeat patterns. You see I have the euonymus and the iris at that end of the hostas, and then the euonymus and iris at this end of the hostas as well. Now this geranium back here is just beginning to flower. You can see it's opening up. I have another one back here that I transplanted from the side of the house. It wasn't doing well there, and in the process of transplanting, along came some daffodils, which are kind of spent right now, and you can see some lily of the valley back there, but that's okay because I can control it, and I kind of like, it's not wild, it's calculated, but it has a more serene look to me. That is a smoke bush that came with the transplant that I did, because this azalea was under the other smoke tree, and here I'm getting another one right here, which is special to me because for those of you that know me, you know that my father gave me that tree. This was in the shop for the winter, and it's okay. I mean, you can see it's been raining, but it's really dry, so I have to water it. I have a geranium there. It's kind of hanging. The diplodenia, that one is not coming back yet. This diplodenia has come back, and I'm still giving it time before I start pulling everything out and making it look the way I want it to look. There's also a vinca vine right in there. You can see it got caught up into the dracaena, and I like the way that looks because it spills out, and again, that gets like little violet flowers later on in the summer. As we come around here, more hostas. You can see how they're growing, and I have thinned these out already, and they're still humongous. And this is an ornamental grass called snake grass. It gets very tall. I want to say about 6 or 7 feet tall. Here's another boxwood that was kind of sad, and I've been training it to come back, and I'm gonna train it into a tall column shape. Craig Myrtle is just beginning to bud. Look at that. It is. I know for you guys down south, it is out and it's probably flowered already. But it is just beginning to bud here, so that's great. And then what I'll do is I will come in. You can see what happens is we'll get this edge on almost every single branch. You can see them right here, and I'll come back in. Sorry for the blur. I'll come back in and I will cut that out. Now, if you notice, I used a pull noodle on here to pull the branches back because they were hanging into the pool, and it was a pain with the flowers and whatnot. P.S. If you have a pool, don't put one of these trees there. It does shed a lot, and it just adds more work for you. So anyway, what I'm doing is I use the pool noodles to protect the branches because I didn't want to tie anything off and make them injure them. So the pool noodle is a soft place for me to pull it back, and it is growing in a very beautiful upright fashion right now. That hosta I just transplanted right there, and you can see there was a lily in the middle of it as well, and that's great because it'll fill up this section very nicely. Look again at that beautiful iris, how absolutely beautiful that looks. Love it, love it. And then from here you can see across there I have the irises. We'll go take a closer look at that right now. All right, so I'm coming up on this side of the pool, and you can see in here my hostas. I put more hostas. Look at all those irises. I said lilies before. I don't know. My coffee didn't kick in yet. All the irises right here. These are the elephant ears, which I winterize. And again, I just looked. It rained yesterday, but they're very, very dry. So I'm going to water them as soon as I finish this video. And here, another dracaena. This was winterized. These geraniums actually are coming back a little bit better right now. And then I have this sedum, which is going to be cascading down, and you can see it is beginning to come back right in there. So that'll fill in nicely. This one leaf is suffering, but I'm not going to do anything to it yet until another leaf comes out. These hostas, for some reason, are a little bit behind all the rest. That's okay. And then my grandmother's violet plants right there. Okay, so these are canna lilies, and again, I winterized this whole thing. I didn't dig out the bulbs, which I used to always do, but now what I do is I just bring the whole container inside, and I allow it to winterize that way, and they're beginning to come out right now. And those are, I believe, are orange flowers, and these with the red leaves are red leaves. I think. These were winterized as well. It looks like it's starting to grow again. We'll keep an eye on it. Diplodenia, nothing right now. This one I had to really cut all the leaves off, and let's see if that comes back. We have a little bit of green activity going on in here, but like I said, we'll see what happens with that. And and if that's going to grow. This was growing out of the side of my Dracaena, and I just chopped it off and I stuck it into a bucket of water to see if I can get any roots growing on it. Nothing yet. Well, you know, we're not in a rush, so we'll just keep a check on it. Let's go on the side of the house. Okay, so here's my solution for these kind of chairs not blowing away. I put a couple of rocks down on the bottom, and I put a really heavy pot sitting on in the middle of it. Have to fix my bird bath because for some reason the water keeps going down the center of it. I actually saw somebody that had the same problem, and they had a beautiful bowl that they put right in the middle, and I may choose to do that. Here is more of the canna lilies right here, and as you can see here, again, the hostas along this walkway are absolutely tremendous. The daffodils are kind of spent, but I have to let them go a little bit to send the strength back down into the bulbs. Look at the lily of the valley. Look at that. That's a lot of growth within the last couple of days. I transplanted some irises here because I want that early spring color. I put one here and one over there as well. This is another pot that has some canna lily in it and regular lily of the valley. And here is another pot with this, I forgot the name of this. It's some kind of spike. It looks like it's coming back, fingers crossed. And my potato vine, which is budding there as well. Okay, so my yellow barberry right here needs another trim job. I just trimmed it last week, so it's that time of the year where I'm trimming a lot. I walk around usually with clippers in my pocket. Here I still have to replenish my gravel in here. As you can see, a lot of it has moved due to rain and whatnot. More barberry. Euonymus mixed in with a boxwood, barberry again. There's another yews and more. Here's another spiral juniper, which I trimmed out last week. I could use a little bit of trim. It actually helps it to green up. And the sand cherry, which is a little bit too tall right now, that needs to be cut as well. So let's take a look. If you caught the other day, I redid this section right here. I fixed the wall and I added in these beautiful lavender right here, and I added in the white rock as well. So looking good. More gravel is needed. You see right here, it kind of like, it gets embedded. Even though I had the netting underneath it, dirt does wash there, and then of course the gravel gets caught in the dirt, and then bye-bye, we don't see it anymore. Big azalea right here. And I'm not seeing buds on it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we're going to get some buds going on in there. The colors are beautiful this time of the year, right? Everything is so lush and vibrant. If you caught this a couple of weeks ago, it kind of looked sad. Look at that. See, I told you, it's coming back. It'll green up nicely, and I have to trim here. We have more azaleas in there with these shrubs right here. My Alberta spruce turned full-blown Christmas tree right here. This Alberta spruce right here had some wind damage from the winter, but you can see it is all budding and it will green up nicely. How you doing, Ed? And here, let's take a look down here. So you can see here I transplanted some irises right here. Now this needs a lot of gravel in here, which I have to replenish. Here's my irises, and I'm undecided. The jury is out on what I'm going to be doing right here. I think I'm going to add a little bit. Not quite sure what though. But I'm liking the direction I'm going in. You see I refixed those rocks around that iris, and I kind of like the way that looks. And here's my dry stream bed right here that I created with rocks and white rocks. I'm gonna enhance that a little bit and take a look at my beautiful Japanese maple tree. How beautiful is that? Absolutely beautiful. Let me back up a little so you can see that. It's just beautiful. Okay, everybody, so I hope you enjoyed our little walkabout today on April, what is today? The 27th, I think. April 26th or 27th, I don't remember. But anyway, end of April, and I will be seeing you really soon. Hope you're all doing well, and that's it for today. So take care, don't forget, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.